What's up, YouTube? Hey, C494 here, and right now I have the CVA V2 Scout 300 blackout break action pistol to show you guys. So here's a short clip of what I've got going on right here. So here is my CVA Scout V2 break action single shot 300 blackout pistol. At the front here, I have a Silencer Co. Hybrid 46 suppressor. This has quickly become my absolute favorite suppressor. I will be doing a review on it here very soon. On top, I have a Primary Arms ACSS 300 blackout / 7.62x39 1:6 second focal plane scope. Love that optic for a 300 blackout. And I have a Sharpspro pistol grip that had a 1913 pick rail on the back, and I got an SB Tactical 1913 pistol brace. At least I believe that's what it's called. Alright, so I've done a quick bore sight on this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot some Minuteman Munitions subsonic 300 blackout ammo out of it and try to see how close to zero I am, and then I'm going to adjust my point of impact to hopefully be my point of aim at 50 yards. This 50 yards was confirmed by a SIG Kilo laser rangefinder. So I'm gonna grab 3 rounds. It's a lot harder to do stuff now that I'm missing digits and have all this nerve damage. I'm in a damn wheelchair. Makes stuff a lot more difficult. But we out here. We out here doing the thing. Also, it would be a lot easier if I was smart and would have brought some. I've got squeeze bags. I've got a fat bag from Armageddon Gear that a good friend of mine gave me. I've got, you know, all these things to make me more stable for doing this. I have to shoot from my wheelchair now. I can't really go prone anymore because the way they put me back together. Alright, so let's get this first shot down there and see how close my bore sight was. Trying not to fight with my tripod, but you know, should have done this off camera. Makes me look like a very unprofessional sniper. Alright, so my point of aim is going to be the most central part of this target because this is the first round after I bore sighted, so it could land anywhere on here. So what I'm going for is there's a little play symbol right there in the middle. And I'm just going to put the tip of the chevron right there on that play symbol, and we'll just see where we go. Alright, it looks to be a bit low left. There is no milling capability within this reticle, so what I would normally do, oops, I'm in my pocket. What I would normally do at this point is I would go down range and I would measure how far from center I was and make my adjustments based off that, because I believe these adjustments are half MOA. Maybe. I think they're half MOA adjustments. But I'm gonna look through the scope real quick and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so I made an adjustment on my scope. I believe these are half MOA adjustments, so I just kind of swagged a 3 and 3 inch as my guess, and now I'm going to fire the next shot. By the way, that was super quiet, that first shot. So same point of aim. Alright. I don't see where that one landed, unfortunately. But that might mean that I am kind of where I want to be, which is on the tape. So I'm going to run down range real quick, see where I'm at, and make an adjustment off of that. Stand by. Alright, so I ran into a little technical difficulty when I went down range. It's very muddy out here, and I'm obviously in a wheelchair, so I got stuck and I almost killed my battery. I had to go inside and charge it and come back out. It was a big mess, but I figured while I was in there, if I have the tools, why not use them? I've got an Armageddon Gear fat bag, and then I think this is an Armageddon Gear pint size game changer, maybe. No, this isn't a game changer. This is something else. This might be called like a beer can or something like that. Made in the USA, ranges lead the way. I'm not sure, but Armageddon Gear stuff. And I'm actually going to use this to stabilize myself better for the next shots, because, you know, like I said, I can't really prone out or anything whenever I do this stuff, and stability is key. So anyway, all right, let's see where we go this time. I'm going to aim at the medallion over there on the right and see where we go. All right, a little bit low right on that one. Let's pop a nuddin in there and see what happens. This will be my group. Alright, that one went a little bit to the left. Elevation looked good though. And I mean, this is cheap 300 blackout ammo. So, I'm not making any excuses for the ammo, but you know, 300 blackout, in my opinion, isn't always the most precise round that you can use. I've shot some that are really awesome and shoot really, really well, but most of the 300 blackout ammo that I've shot has been kind of dookie. Look like it's off to the right side, just like that other one. Okay, so let's move our point of impact maybe 4 clicks to the left. Maybe bring it up 1. And then we'll send this one and see where it goes in relation to the rest of that group, because I got one more in my pocket. Alright. Double check, make sure my can's tight. I'm going to go for the play symbol down there at the bottom. So I guess my adjustment was pretty close. I'd say we're pretty close to good and zeroed for those, and those were actually the absolute first rounds out of the gun. What you just saw were the first rounds out of this. A buddy of mine, Wayne, actually sent me some 300 blackout ammo that I've been sitting on it for too long, really, but he understands because I'm in a wheelchair and everything. It takes me a little longer to do everything these days, so I'm gonna shoot these. They are supersonic, not subsonic. I'm gonna try to see what kind of group I can get out of them at 50. He says that these will murder the shit out of any deer you shoot with it. So these are just, I think he said they're 130 grain spear. They might be gold dots or something. They got a real nice hollow point cavity. That thing is huge. So I'm gonna shoot him a little 5-round group of this. Looks like he used Lake City brass. This looks like this might have been repurposed 5.56 brass. So I'm gonna shoot a group with this stuff and see how it does. It's from my buddy Wayne, and he knows what he's doing, so I trust him. Normally, if you take reloads from people, you're just putting your life in their hands because you don't know what you're shooting out of your gun. But I trust old Wayner, so I'm gonna shoot these supersonics. They will not be as quiet, so it's not to, you shouldn't expect it to be as quiet. And they'll probably impact a little bit high because these are supers instead of subs. But we'll see. Sometimes barrel harmonics are a weird thing where you'll have subs go higher than the supers, so we'll see. Playing with this bag, trying to figure out exactly where I want it. Alright, there's a little recycle symbol over there on the left. I'm gonna shoot at that. Adjust my tripod a little bit. There we go. That went high. Boy, how did that go high. But that's to be expected. These are supers versus subs. Oh, whoops, I just put a piece of brass with the good ones. But he said that these rounds are cat's ass, so they will murk a deer. And I want this zeroed for subs, so I'm not super worried about it impacting high. Alright. Looks like they're about touching. Not quite, maybe close though. You got to keep in mind, I'm doing this from a wheelchair, guys, so, if the groups aren't great, it could be because I'm not 1,000% stable, I'm not proning out and shooting these things like I should be, but that's because, it's a different set of difficulties, so. But if they shoot really, really good, then that means that even my crippled ass can do it, so you can do it too. Alright. Go for that little recycle symbol again. Group looks pretty good from here. The one that went the lowest, the shot before my last one, when I broke the shot, I was actually at the bottom of the recycle symbol. So this group is about the size of the target that I'm shooting at. Damn good group for a dude in a wheelchair. All right. So those shot awesome. I'm gonna go back to my subs. I'm gonna shoot another group with my subs and just make sure that they're real good on, because that's what I want this to be zeroed for. And then I'm gonna pack it all up and call it a day. Well guys, I really appreciate you guys stopping in and you know, hanging out with me for a little bit. This combo is awesome. Only thing I would want maybe is to do some kind of cheek riser or something like that, because you're getting a real solid chin weld right about here whenever you use this thing. So but all of these products that I'm using are just fantastic. So you can't go wrong with Primary Arms, you can't go wrong with Silencer Co., you know, Sharps Bros, SB Tactical, you know, all that stuff. CVA, it's good stuff. And this, I've had people ask me about the tripod grip and stuff like that. So like, this is actually the tripod that I used in sniper school and stuff like that. So it's a Bushnell tripod, the actual regular tripod, and this is made by Slick, the actual grip part, and I'm a huge fan of it because you can put a rifle in it and you can adjust it with that pistol grip or whatever and kind of turn it out of the way and everything, or you can put a spotting scope in it, you know, whatever you want to do. And it's a really good setup, I would say. So anyway, well, that's all I got for you. Make sure you get out there and suck today's dick.